28th of March 2023. Minister Martin, Minister Foley, Minister O'Gorman and Minister Harris launch a new Creative Youth Plan 2023 to 2027 for children and young people. The Creative Youth Plan 2023 to 2027 aims to enable the creative potential of children and young people from birth to 24 years, prioritising those seldom heard and at risk of disadvantage. Under the new Creative Youth Plan, opportunities for creative engagement will reach tens of thousands of children and young people. Children and young people to retain a key voice in decision-making on its implementation. Impactful programmes such as the local Creative Youth Partnerships, CRUINNIU Father, Na, Nog, NO Father G, Creative Schools, Creative Clusters, and capital letters BLAST, BLAST, to continue. New €500,000 Euro Creative Youth Nature Fund to support pilot youth-led projects that prioritise seldom heard children and young people. A new Creative Youth Plan for the period 2023 to 2027 was launched by the government today to further embed creativity into the centre of the lives of Ireland's young people. Building on the success of the first Creative Youth Plan 2017 to 2022, this new plan aims to provide everyone from birth to 24 years with more opportunities for creative engagement in every aspect of their lives. Across 7 strategic objectives, the Creative Youth Plan will ensure children and young people retain a key voice in decision-making on its implementation and will prioritise those that are seldom heard and most at risk of disadvantage. Parents and caregivers, educators, artists and creative practitioners will be supported to recognise the centrality and value of creativity to their lives. Minister for Tourism, Culture, Arts, Gaeltacht, Sport and Media, Catherine Martin TD. Minister for Education, Norma Foley TD. Minister for Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth, Roderick O'Gorman TD. And Minister for Further and Higher Education, Research, Innovation and Science, Simon Harris TD, announced the launch of the new Creative Youth Plan 2023 to 2027 at a youth-led event that took place in the National Gallery of Ireland on the 28th of March 2023. The launch was supported by a panel discussion between the ministers and 4 young creatives, with a music performance from Music Generation and a spoken word performance organised through Creative Schools. Since 2017, Creative Youth has had a significant impact, which has included support for over 2,000 schools and youth reach centres to enrich their students' experience through a range of creative programmes such as Creative Schools, BLAST, BLAST, which means bringing live arts to schools and teachers, and Creative Clusters. Access to programmes such as creative writing, youth drama, music and creative technology, including animation and podcasting, expanding in communities, and the establishment of 6 local creative youth partnerships in 6 education and training boards. Support to educators to embed creativity into their professional teaching practice through continuous professional development. Cruinniú Nog, spelled CRUINNIU Father, NANO Father G, the flagship National Day of Free Creativity for Children and Young People, delivering over 2,800 events in partnership with 31 local authorities since 2018. the expansion of music's generation local music education partnerships. Under the new Creative Youth Plan, these programmes will further develop alongside new opportunities reaching tens of thousands of children and young people. Speaking at the launch today, Minister Catherine Martin said, "Children and young people have an innate creativity and flourish through creative activities and discovery. Much of that is evident here today. We know there is endless potential in our youth, and Creative Youth Plan 2023 to 2027 seeks to unlock and nurture this potential, particularly in ways that prioritise those that may seldom experience creative engagement. Under this new phase of Creative Youth, I'm excited to announce plans to a new pilot Creative Youth Nurture Fund, due to be launched shortly. Through partnerships that can reach specific seldom heard children and young people, €500,000 will be allocated over 2 years to support youth design projects and evaluate potential barriers to creative engagement. I also look forward to further cross-government collaborations in areas such as early learning and care and local creative youth partnerships. The Creative Youth Nurture Fund, supported by the Creative Ireland programme in the Department of Tourism, Culture, Arts, Gaeltacht, Sports and Media, will pilot cultural, artistic and creative engagement for young people. With €500,000 available over 2 years, it is looking to support individuals and organisations that can reach specific cohorts of young people that are too often seldom heard, and empower them to develop innovative creative initiatives. Further details on the scheme will be available shortly at www.creativeireland.gov.ie. Attending today's launch, Minister Norma Foley said, "On many school visits as Minister for Education, I continue to be in awe at the positive and indeed powerful impact the arts and creativity have on our school communities. I strongly believe that continued access to a vibrant arts environment helps our students develop creative and critical thinking skills. With access to the arts, we also see an increase in personal growth, empathy, and a capacity for collaboration in our children and young people. In short, it encourages an education space outside of the traditional curriculum, where dreams become reality and limitless ambition is encouraged. I am committed to helping ensure access to the arts in education, as it is hugely rewarding for teachers, artists and our school communities, as well as the notable value it adds to our students' lives. With this plan, Creative Youth 2023 to 2027, we will continue our efforts to put arts and creativity at the heart of education in Ireland. This will include programmes led by the Department of Education, such as BLAST, Creative Clusters and Local Creative Youth. Last week, we launched the application process for BLAST and Creative Cluster programmes for the coming school year. These are open to all schools nationally. In addition, we will further expand local creative youth partnerships this year, working collaboratively across government. At the launch today, Minister Roderick O'Gorman said, "The new Creative Youth Plan keeps the voices of babies, children and young people at the heart of planning and delivery of each creative initiative, while developing their creativity through a variety of interesting and innovative programmes. It also empowers them to have their say when programmes are being designed and evaluated. I am particularly delighted that my department will provide funding for another local creative youth partnership, maximising the potential of all children and young people to experience a creative programme and participate in decisions about how, where and what is delivered to them. I'm also glad to say a consultation on the recently published draft principles for engaging with the arts in early learning and childcare is underway, and we have partnered with the Arts Council to pilot an Arts in Early Learning and Care and School-Age Childcare scheme, which is underpinned by the National Framework for Children and Young People's Participation in Decision Making. Also at the launch, Minister Simon Harris said, "Creative skills are so important for young people, particularly for those who have an interest in pursuing a career in the creative industries. Transversal skills associated with creativity, such as critical thinking, creative writing, design thinking, curiosity, persistence, resilience, imagination, agency, and collaboration are essential for living in tomorrow's world. My department ensures that creative skills are an integral part of the future and higher education programs, including apprenticeships. And through the Creative Youth Plan 2023 to 2027, I commit to further nurturing of these skills. I am delighted to say that one of my key priorities for the initial implementation stage of this new plan is to look at what a creative campus should look like in further and higher education. Arts Council Director Maureen Kennelly said, "The Arts Council is delighted to partner with our colleagues across government in the delivery of an ambitious creative youth plan for 2023 to 2027. The Arts Council has significantly increased its investment in children and young people's arts as part of our 10-year strategy. We are delighted to continue to lead out on Creative Schools. Since its inception in 2018, Creative Schools has enabled children and young people to be creative, to be listened to be taken seriously, and to have their ideas acted upon in their schools. We will build on the recent expansion of the programme into schools in alternative settings such as Oberstown Detention Campus, which allows us to continue our vital work to diversify the arts in Ireland. We are also piloting a new partnership to support and promote the arts in early learning and care and school-age childcare with our colleagues across the relevant departments. By working together, we can deliver the greatest impact for children and young people, ensuring the arts and creativity are at the heart of children's lives. For more information about the Creative Ireland programme and Creative Youth, please go to www.creativeirland.gov.ie.